Hey everybody! Just a quick update video. Turns out 2025 hasn't been unfolding the way I originally planned, which is okay because, I guess you gotta go with the flow or get off the boat. I don't know. Anyways, it happens. There's so much unpredictability, and I guess it seems like lately there's so much of it, so I guess you gotta kind of be flexible. Anyway, I did put a video together talking about how I was envisioning my 49th year before I turned 50. And so that included a 900-kilometer bike ride up the Bruce Trail. Not all directly up the Bruce Trail, because I know that there's, especially up north, there's not any biking trails. But I was going to plan a path kind of alongside, and that was going to be my big thing to do for my 49th year. Unfortunately, plans have had to change. I am having a hip replacement done at the end of June, the beginning of July, and it kind of makes for not great planning. So I've had to kind of reconfigure my biking adventure, and instead of 900 kilometers, it's 600 kilometers. Just a little less. And instead of following the Bruce Trail, I'm actually going up the Canada. What is that called? The Trans-Canada Trail. That could be a tongue twister if you say it really fast. Anyways, my starting point, I've decided, will be in Delhi. And then I'm going to follow the trail all the way up and finish up in Gravenhurst. It's going to be over 4 weekends. So I'll be biking pretty much all day Saturday and all day Sunday. Because of where my hip surgery falls, I don't want to take off time off work before I have to take time off work, right? So I'm gonna be stretching it over 4 weekends, which is probably good because my body will definitely need the rest between those my checkpoints. But the really amazing part of this whole biking journey is now I'm really excited about it. I was pretty bummed when I figured out I couldn't actually do the original bike ride that I wanted to do, which I can wait until, whatever, maybe a couple of years down the road or next year or whatever. But I ended up getting excited because when I stumbled across the Trans-Canada Trail, I realized that it actually follows the path that I've been taking almost my entire life to get from the Waterloo region up north. I had no idea. Like, my sister has lived in Midland and Honey Harbor my whole life, and we would always go up weekends, especially when I was smaller, to visit her, and my mom would always take the back roads. And I had no idea that this trail was actually, following kind of that path up there. So not only is this like me, really accomplishing something that I've been wanting to do for like a long time, but it's also like close to my heart, right? So I'm gonna be biking through some of the towns that my mom and I used to stop at when I was a kid for ice cream, and so it's really exciting. I have been working out like a mad woman, and it's putting me on this total emotional roller coaster. But anyways, I'm super excited that I finally got nailed down the plans. The first round of biking will be from Delhi to Cambridge. And then the second will be from Cambridge to Elora. And then the next trip will be from Elora to Caledon. And then once I hit Caledon, I'm going to go from Caledon to Barrie. I'm gonna bike to my daughter's house. I'm gonna stay overnight there and then backtrack and go from Barrie to Midland, which actually is kind of like, it's not a straight across. You kind of go Barrie to Penetang and then over to Midland. And then from Midland, I'm going to Orillia, and then from Orillia, I'm going to Gravenhurst. So, and I almost forgot. So I'm stopping at my daughter's place in Midland, and then when I take the trek from Barrie to, when I stop at my daughter's place in Barrie, then when I take the distance from Barrie to Midland, I'm going to stop at my sister's house in Midland. And then when I take the section that I'm going from Orillia to Gravenhurst, I'm actually going to pop in at my brother's, and there's a section of the trail that runs through like more of like a marshy, swampy part. So I think that they're gonna, my brother and his wife, maybe his kids, are gonna come with me and walk that trail, that part of the trail. So it's all really exciting. Like, it's turning out to be more of a memorable journey for me than just, you know, biking alongside the Bruce Trail and taking pictures for a possible series of paintings, right? So anyways, super excited about that. I mean, well, you know what? Things can never unfold sometimes the way that we envision. And I always, deep down in my gut, believe that there's a reason for that. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. I know I have a lot of people who are wondering how in the heck I am going to be biking this many kilometers with a bummed hip. And just so everybody knows, biking actually doesn't aggravate my hip. So everything other than biking pretty much aggravates my hip. Like, so, you know, I was given the okay that I can kind of get into as much shape as I can before this surgery. So I'm definitely taking advantage of that. And I've also had some people wonder, like some people ask, well, you know, why aren't you maybe trying to do this bike ride after or next year? And it's really important for me to do this before I hit 50, because this whole scenario was my journey uphill. So if I do it next year, then I'm going to have to call it my journey downhill, and I might as well start from Gravenhurst and then come all the way down here, because that's pretty much downhill. Whatever. Anyways, it's just really important for me to get this trip done before my surgery, because as much as I want to believe that I'm going to be up and at it 6 weeks after, I mean, I'm really not sure, right? So I don't know if I'll be in any good shape to bike a 600 kilometer bike ride after post-surgery. So I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, I'm pretty excited about it. And yeah, I'm gonna be posting like crazy between now and the end of my surgery. So yeah, anyways, just thought I'd throw that update out there, and I hope you guys all are doing great and enjoying this fabulous spring weather. Anyways, talk to you later. Bye.